Hey man,
Hey,
what's up?
how's it going?
It's okay.
Alright.
Just the usual. How about you?
Not too bad.
Did you get the PayPal thing sorted out?
Yep, I'm just gonna do that real quickly.
Okay.
So $10 American through the friends and family then?
Yep. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
So in this game, I had a really good start, but I guess I died one time, and they just snowballed off that and got Baron, and then Push and won the game. Not directly off that, but that's what snowballed in. I was just wondering, like I've been stuck in Diamond 5 for probably like 2 or 3 months now.
Yep.
I was
Well,
just wondering, like, what are some easy, not easy, but like, what are some things that I should work towards in order to climb out?
I'm already betting you have poor minion wave control.
Yeah.
If you're stuck in D5.
Okay.
And I'm sure that's why Vayne was able to farm and something, and that's why she like came back. This is just something I'm probably gonna assume. So minion wave control is like something that's really important. Um, right now, if Janna's shield goes down, what are you supposed to do?
Then that's when you start to trade.
Yeah. And you need to ping this Nautilus because he might not know that.
Yeah.
Even if he's D5, like honestly, you will find these people, maybe dynamic Q boosted or something. They don't understand that right now you should be going aggro for the next 4 seconds. If Vayne walks up all the way to here, do you see this right here? Nautilus should have gone in, you should have gone in. There's no like shield up.
Oh,
It's still
I
on
can't
cooldown.
see your screen right
Oh,
now.
my bad. I thought I turned it on. Okay. I'll just go back to the beginning. My B. I thought I turned it on.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, so let me go real quick back. So, I mean, the first thing in lane was you gotta watch out for the Janna shield, right? So, you see it now, right?
Yeah.
So, Janna pops shield. You obviously can't trade right now. She's walking up to you guys, but Janna's not good. So, she's not really staying in a line with Vayne to try to out-trade you guys in this spot. Which, that's, their poor decision making. But you have to make sure you're punishing this somehow. And you have to know it's a good time to go in right now. So even if your support doesn't know, because look where he is. Like, he should be a little bit, higher up. And he has, he took his E first? Oof. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's not playing Nautilus right, but, you in this position, you should be at least trying to go forward, maybe get one auto attack off on Vayne right now, because there's no way for her to actually trade you out in this position. When she's wait 1 second, let me bring out the paint to make things easier. So one thing that you need to be doing in this situation is like you have to take advantage of the minions here and the just the positioning of the minions, right? So what happens is if you walk up right now and you auto Vayne, you take aggro from these 3 minions. If you're sitting and staying on this side, like towards the bottom, and you go up to auto Vayne, you will have a better chance if you're like over here to only take aggro from 2 minions as opposed to 3. Not that it's a big difference, but as soon as you see the shield go down, you need to like understand where your advantage is between these minions and how she has no shield, and trying to figure out what you can do with Nautilus not knowing how to be useful in this position. Which you can only do this one small thing right now, which you being here and trying to auto her. And then, because the thing is, if you try to auto her and then she turns around and autos you, she takes aggro from 3 minions, and you can take 2. Just being here.
I just have better trading earlier on as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, not that I'm being, like, really picky right now, but maybe in another game it'll make a bigger difference or something like that. But just something to point out. Okay, and then this is good, you walk away from her Q. Oh, okay, that's really good. Your trades are almost on point right now. I'm glad you're weaving, like, autos, because even in low diamond I've seen some people just, insta-Q instead of, like, auto Q, whatever. No point in queuing there. You lost mana.
Yeah.
They won the trade. At that point, like, you should have just auto-attacked her. Because you have more minions than her, so it doesn't matter. And then, like, if she autos you, then you can just keep following. And Janna was really far away, so.
When you're trying to trade in lane, is it ever worth it to just try and break the shield and then keep going on the trade, or no?
I mean, that's only if your support knows how to play. I mean, like, because in this situation, Janna was really far away when the shield came up. If Nautilus had gone Q first, or, yeah, because he's not a level 2 yet, if he had gotten his Q first and then had it the entire time during the lane phase, that was 100% easy for you guys to just go in. Like, you guys had minion advantage, and then the first time when Janna's shield was down, if he had Q, perfect time to go in. Like, because if you guys have, what do you call it, either shields down or minion advantage, there's no way for you guys to lose the trade. Plus, like, Vayne is really crappy early. She's not going to outburst you anyway. You have your passive and you have your Q. You don't want to dash forward. Like, you broke through the shield, but you broke through the shield with, like, fixed 50 extra damage.
Okay.
Is that worth it? You dashed forward and you
like
Q'd.
half mana, yeah.
So, yeah, that's not a good trade.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you see her going for minions. If Janna has her shield up, you should never go for a trade like that. You're going to lose 100%, whether it's on mana or whatever. Still not worth it.
So just kind of manage the Janna shield cooldown and then...
Yeah, and then play around that.
That's when I want to go in.
Yep. And I mean, in this kind of lane, you're kind of forced to use Nautilus as your initiator. But if he doesn't know how to play or whatever, guide him. Just like ping him. Or tell him in chat beforehand. Because if you know how to play the lane, then you can teach him how to play the lane. Like 30 seconds before the lane starts. Be like, hey, look for Janna's shield when it goes down. When it goes down, press Q or something. It might help you. As for, like, to try to communicate, but sometimes, you know, you might get a flamer or something,
Yeah.
So if that happens, just slash ignore all and hope for the best.
So the reason why I was playing more, like, aggressively this game, more pushed up, is just because Malzahar, like, he doesn't have, like, in my opinion at least, he's not that strong early ganker, so I wasn't really too afraid of him.
Yeah. But that's not really, like, a problem, but the thing is, like, if you keep shoving waves and, like, wasting mana or whatever, you're just gonna let Vayne have an easier time to farm, as compared to, like, you just sitting and last hitting, even in this position, and then force her to maybe lose a melee or something, whereas under tower she can freely farm without you doing anything.
Okay.
So you're giving her an advantage by, like, constantly shoving here. Okay. That trade was fine. If Vayne was good there, she would have walked up to you and won the trade because you went to auto a tower with a shield on it. You should have just not even tried to auto the tower. There's no point. Even if it didn't have a shield, it's not really going to gain you anything. But it would gain Vayne an auto attack on you. So, again, being picky, not a huge difference.
Yeah.
But these things will add up if you all do them wrong and they all capitalize on you. Wait a minute. So, again, you try to go for a trade. Now look at your mana. Like, at this point, you already lost lane. Not lost, but you're letting her free farm for the next, like, 3 minutes because you do something like this. Like, Vayne shouldn't be allowed to farm right now, but you're letting her because you spam mana and then you're not, you, like, pretend like Janna's shield's not there. Which is a huge problem. At this point, this wave should 100% shove into you. You should be last hitting at this point. Do you see this?
Yep.
They have way more minions than you do in this position. And they're surrounding yours, so this is going to shove to you. If your jungler is good, he will camp your lane at this point. If he's not, then you tell him, you know, it's a good idea to go camp it, because now guess what? Vayne's going to be shoving up. As long as you don't, like, clear it and push it back into them, this is good for you. And it looks like you're playing it right. One second. One thing I don't like. So, if Vayne hadn't used her tumble to farm, in this position, she has an advantage on you. 100%. There's 5 minions there, and you're going for like a really weird spot to grab the cannon minion. Do you see this? Like, you should be here. There's no possible way for you to outtrade Vayne here. If Vayne was a good player, she would have gone straight into you right now instead of trading you. And you would have lost the trade completely. But she doesn't know this because she doesn't realize how many minions are here. So, yeah, you should be here. Behind your minions. This is pushing towards you. You can't really fight them into that wave. But you can force your jungler to come bottom and then try to thin out the wave and then try to trade that way. But making it harder for Vayne because Vayne has no escape, whereas you have a dash, so you have a better chance of escaping a jungler gank, so you're not in too bad of a position. But if this wave shoves, you should be able to get a excuse me, a flash on Vayne if your jungler comes, or you tell him to come.
Yeah. Is there any way that I can like record this? Do you know?
I'm recording it. Don't worry.
Oh,
I'll post it on YouTube.
Okay, perfect, cool.
So you can look back on it whenever you need to. See, I got you. I thought ahead of time. Anyway. So, do you ping your jungler, or do you ever command your jungler or anything like that?
Not normally, no.
Okay. If you really want to do everything you can to try to like even increase your win rate by like 0.5%, doing something like this will be helpful.
Okay.
Again, just be careful how you word it because sometimes you might get a tilted jungler who will like flame you or something. But you can try to tell them it's a good time. Okay, what? Okay, that's fine. I'm just like wondering what Nautilus is doing. Yeah, this sucks. This basically means that you can't really go for any all-ins here during this lane, unless Nautilus goes for it first, because he doesn't seem to be playing appropriately since he started the wrong spell, and like I don't know what he's been doing all lane. It's basically been like 1v2, but I mean, as long as you're farming, it's fine. Okay, it looks like your jungler is finally coming bottom. What was that? Why'd you walk up there? What's the point?
Where's that, sorry?
Okay, so let me... I was asking like why you walked up. So watch how you're playing here. You either giving off that your jungler's coming, or this is just a really stupid idea.
Yeah.
Why it's a stupid idea? She has shield up. She has more minions than you. If they were smart, they would fight you here. But they don't. So this isn't a mistake that you should be making. But for me, if I saw you do this and I was playing Vayne, I'm assuming, yo, this guy isn't bad at this game, but he just walked up for no reason in an obvious place where he would lose a trade. So this means their jungler has to be coming. You know what I mean? And I'm being picky with these things because since you're in Diamond, like more people will start noticing these things. And like this is since you're in low Diamond, it's the difference between like players not noticing that and assuming that you know, you're a bad player, or player noticing it and then immediately reacting to it. And I'm assuming you have the map awareness and you knew Elise was coming. That's why you did this, right? Yeah. So I mean, you can't do this here because this kind of bait would work in like gold or something, but here they will know either jungler's coming or like immediately take advantage of it and then run away or something. But they back off because they figured out, oh, it's the jungler. They start playing safe. And they ping that Echo is missing. So now they're even more afraid that they're about to get ganked. Okay. See, I hate this. Nautilus is shoving the wave. Why? I didn't think these kind of supports still existed in Diamond, but what? Hold on. Did... Hold on. I didn't watch if she actually was in vision. Did she hug the wall or not? That's what I'm wondering.
She
Oh.
wasn't in vision.
Yeah, she wasn't. I thought because like she hugged the wall, so that was fine. But I was like,
She was in vision like when we were playing, and so I just pinged her off. But and the wave
yeah.
was shoving anyways, so.
To me, like if I was playing that lane, I thought would have been in vision too. But it was like the smallest little like square of shadow next to the wall that she took, which was good. But yeah. You're way too pushed up. What? What? Okay. So hold on. A little bit of rules on doing this, right? So you cannot trade them if the shield is down and you still have like at least 5 minions, but not out trade them to the point where like. So hold on 1 second. Where's my page? Okay, so in this situation, you have Vayne farming minions, right? Janna's shielded her, so whatever, she can farm more easily under tower. At this point, the only thing you can do is as soon as the shield is down, Q this minion and chunk her for a little bit of health, and then walk away. The reason why is because by the time the shield goes down, this minion is dead, and then another minion is dead, which means you have 4, and then this minion right here, which is getting targeted by this minion, will go down. So you're gonna have like 3 minions.
Can you explain to me exactly how like the minion how minions target each other? Like do they target the lowest health ones or?
I think the last patch changed it because I've had some weird tower shots or something, but it looks like it's targeting whoever has the lowest health now.
Okay.
Where it used to be an order of like right to left.
Yeah.
Then it changed to like I'm pretty sure it was now it's lowest health, and they also changed minion waves somehow so that there's something wrong with it. Where like you go to lane, you'll probably lose the first minion sometimes. I think that actually no, they should have fixed that in the last patch, but
yeah.
the patch before that, if you got to lane like after what was it like after 150 or like earlier 145, you lost one of the first minions in the wave. But
really?
Yeah, so it was whatever. But anyway, so right now it just looks like they just target whoever is lowest health. So
another question.
Go for it.
Is it still worth it to do the camp on level 1 now that they changed the way that the jungle experience works?
As long as ADC gets it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like on Ezreal, it's not that great, but honestly, it's better to have it than not because you're not really gonna lose much. Like support burns 1 biscuit for it. Like 1 biscuit for your ADC getting a quick level 2. Why the hell not? You know.
Yeah.
It's really useful on Draven. It's really useful on Lucian. I mean, those are 2 meta AD carries I can think of. It's pretty good on Caitlyn if you can get EQ then. It's alright. Or even like QW and start with traps and start zoning people immediately. Because you can get lucky and have it start shoving towards you even.
Yeah.
If you have traps early on. And then you can zone them, and then basically you have a potential of like getting a huge lane advantage right there. On Caitlyn, depending on it's like Vayne or somebody. But anyway, so wait, does that answer your question?
Yep, yeah, it does.
Okay, perfect. So anyway, back to the situation. So as soon as the shield goes down, again, Q this minion. If Vayne's good, she'll tumble your Q, and then you should just back off. You can't even proc your passive in this situation, by the way.
Okay.
So the only thing you can do is basically bait her to try to follow you, but then she loses 2 minions. And you're fine with that kind of trade. But another small trade that you can do here. So you walked up auto Q'd, which got her in range. If Vayne was good, she would have flash condemned you and you would have died. Just because you walked up too far, instead of just queuing the minion and not going for an auto queue. And then the fact that your Nautilus is so far away and you're still trying to do this, it's really risky. And he flashed?
He flash hooked, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Nice. But yeah, you can't do this. Know what your limits are.
Okay.
Because you leaving lane right now, you're gonna lose 3 minions at least. Wave's gonna shove to your side. The advantage is you can freeze it if they do back, because they won't be able to shove it fast enough, and that's a disadvantage of playing Vayne. And not having like a wave clear support. But yeah, so I'd rather you not lose the 3 minions. Than whatever, try to do some damage on Vayne that is completely like irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then make sure you never put yourself in that position. Like Vayne missing that kill, that's really disappointing. She should have been winning this lane really hard by now because you've made so many positioning mistakes. Wait a minute. Did you get a vision of her? Oh, you had vision. What? Okay, all you have to do right now is just W over this wall, and you could stop her back. That would have been like, it would have been so good for you, because you literally keep her in lane. Wait, why do you have a dagger? What? A dark? Wait.
I think I went for the Ghost Blade, the newer build that's coming out now that people seem to be doing on Lucian.
Really? I mean, hold on.
Ghost Blade into Black Cleaver.
Who's doing this? I'm curious. Who's doing this build?
Oh,
I'm looking it up right now.
I've seen a couple of people do it actually. A lot of people are doing it now.
I'm looking up the Lucian mains. I haven't seen. Okay, Challenger Lucian main number 1 has never done this build.
No.
Challenger Lucian main number 2. Yeah, nope. What? Yeah, no. Yeah, this guy hasn't done it. Okay, Challenger Lucian main number 3. No, wait, this guy's High Masters. A lot of people have been doing it in Korea. Let me check Korea. I don't know. It just seems I haven't seen it yet, so it might be good. But I'm just looking to see who's done it so far, to see if it's actually like just a quick meta or something. People think it's OP for a little bit, but then nothing.
It's not actually.
Bushed in Heaven. Okay, so this guy does it. Challenger, Korea main. Yomu's. Wait, so you go Yomu's Fire Cannon?
I went Yomu's Black Cleaver, and then I went. I think I might have gone QSS right after that.
Okay. So now that okay, as long as I see it on some people, as long as it's not like something like a random YouTuber post that's like, oh, this is OP. Because obviously I haven't tested this build, so I have no idea, how actually strong it is. So this High Masters guy in Korea. So next up, so this guy varies between the Yomu's Black Cleaver build and the Essence Reaver Phantom Dancer IE build. So this guy goes back and forth.
I guess just situational.
It might be situational, but I mean, Bushed in Heaven does it literally every game. So you have both going on. Okay, but anyway, so back to what I'm seeing right now is like 40% of the one you're going in Korea and then 60% the old one. Okay, so because I don't want to focus on this, and I'm not gonna count me doing some AFK searching right there. But anyway, so it depends on how ahead you are and if you want to snowball. Yeah, so if you want to snowball, I'm assuming Yomu's is pretty good. But I don't know, the way you were playing lane, I'd rather go Essence Reaver. But like it's your main. You have 2 build options. You want to practice them, by all means, go for it. I'm not gonna be choosy on that, as long as it's not some random lulking build. Okay, so Cloud Drake, the most useless Drake in the game, my favorite. Okay, You should be positioning yourself so that. Oh, wait, you still got it. Oh, what? What is? Okay. Vayne shouldn't have gotten hit there, but I would have. Okay, just to make sure you land your Q. I want you to tell me what is Vayne going to do in the next 2 seconds from this picture.
She's gonna go up and auto that minion.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yep. And that shield is going down. So this means, what is the best spot for you to try to hit her here, right? So this is where you literally have to be here, like kiting between here, right? Because this means you mimic where she is. Because you have a Q this way or you have a Q this way and whatnot. So if you really want to be able to like hit it easily, you're going to want to be in this range, right? Because if you're here, you can change your arc way faster than she can change where she is, right?
Yeah.
You see this?
Okay. Yeah.
So you literally have all this range if you stand closer than Minion. Whereas she literally has to tumble. It's her only way of dodging a Q if you walk up there. So pay attention to these kind of patterns because they're going to be useful for you to hit a skill shot with. At least on Lucian. But you're like really far in the back, so it's really hard for you to hit it. But she somehow, yeah, she's just playing up like, you know, low diamond potato. But if you wanna make sure you hit it and force them to tumble or something, that's your go-to. Okay. Don't dash towards the left side. She messed up and Janna was in a crappy position.
Yeah, looking back on it now, I see she could have easily condemned me there into the wall.
So, talking optimally, if Janna was good, in this situation, she'd be standing in front of Vayne. And what happens is, wait, as we go. So if Janna was in front of Vayne the entire time, and Vayne condemns you in that situation, Janna gets pulled by Nautilus. Janna ults Nautilus away, and after your condemn is done, she saves her ult so that after her condemn is done, she ults you into the wall and you stay there even longer. And Nautilus gets ulted away and can't do anything. Vayne gets healed and you die. Optimal play by their team. Obviously mispositioning by you, and Nautilus got the hook and Janna misplayed it so that she wasn't standing in front of Vayne. But if you're playing against good players, they won't let this kind of stuff go to waste, like these kind of, you know, mispositionings and whatnot.
Yeah.
So if I were to give you tips and not the enemy team tips, it's like, don't go into this kind of position. Just like, I know you saw the dash, which is fine, but you have to make sure you're dashing like not next to a wall. Because all you have to do is even like dash a little bit forward.
Okay.
And still be in between minions, and then you'd be fine. But she didn't react to this, Janna didn't react to this, and then Nautilus reacts to it for the first time. Yay. But yeah. Okay. And then Fizz is low mid, Malzahar no mana. And then now they get to shove that easily. Okay, so this kind of roam is good. You don't lose anything, or barely anything, and you still put pressure on the map. Ooh, at least doing work. Well, hold on. I don't know why Vayne didn't go in there. Like, they have exhaust. They can win that trade as long as they condemn you. Okay, let me watch that one more time. The fact that they ran away, and they even have a ward for how far Nautilus is, you using your dash here, you should be dead. Or at least you have to flash over the wall after you get condemned and you live with like 200 health. But, like, the thing is, if you wanted to be able to do this, okay, so what I think went on through your head was you wanted to make sure the minion wave didn't hit the tower, but you still wanted to do damage. And unfortunately in this case, you can't really do both. Why? Because you dash here, they immediately react, you get condemned here, you have to walk up a little bit, flash over this wall, and then you live. Nautilus is too far to react if they were to do this fast enough. But if you wanted to do this appropriately, obviously you can't hold this wave. You dash forward this way, and then you have a small advantage. I wouldn't dash forward at all. You're asking, basically in this situation, Jenna has no ult. Nautilus does, so you have, you know, some advantage. Wait. Oh no, Nautilus is level 5. Just kidding. Never mind. My bad.
This was even worse then.
Yeah, okay. I thought he was actually getting XP, but all the runs he did made him not get level 6. Okay, so this situation, just kidding. Not at all. No dashing forward. Your show.
So I should have just like walked past him and not tried to auto attack them at all.
Yeah, just sit next to Nautilus and walk up slowly. Because they will win this fight if they had reacted here. I don't know why they didn't. Probably the same reason why I just said Nautilus was level 5 or level 6 and he wasn't.
I don't know what he was doing there.
What? Oh, he finally got level 6. Nice. Okay, you got her ult. Well, I guess that's fine. She has no mana, so you shouldn't be afraid here. She's only has enough for a tumble, but still that's a lot of damage. She's walking. Whoa. You're not reacting to this? Jenna's shield's down. Look how many minions there are.
Yeah.
So it might seem scary, but she has enough for one tumble. If she goes for the tumble, I'm assuming she's gonna go for the tumble because she's a diamond 5 main or something. And she's gonna go for the tumble here. If you fight here, you're not tanking any of these minions. She's tanking 6 minions. Jenna's shield isn't down. Her ult's down. This means Vayne should be chunked like to a quarter of her health and then forced to flash away or Janna exhaust. Like, you should have fought this, 100%.
Yeah.
So. Oh wait, she didn't tumble forward. Wow, I'm amazed. She has the patience. Anyway. Oh, Malzahar is here. Oh, it's not. Okay. Interesting. That was like even though Malzahar was coming, it was still like a good timing window for you guys to fight it. As long as you guys don't overcommit though. Like, I'm afraid that if you guys would have committed to it, you guys would have died trying to go after Vayne after she flashes away or something. You got the Q here, right? Well, you don't need to walk forward. If you don't have your Q, what is this gonna do? Jenna has shield. You keep trying to trade when Jenna has shield. What are you doing? What is this? Thoughts?
I don't know. I guess I just wasn't really taking that into consideration. I wasn't really thinking about the matchup as much as I was more considering it to be like I wasn't taking the supports into account whenever I'm doing these trades. I think what my problem was.
Yeah, you gotta. Okay, and then you dash forward here. This Vayne looks like she's she's going for like she's going for a good play though, because she has. Oh wait, no, she doesn't have enough mana for Condemn. Just kidding. She's going for a bad play too, but I mean she can out trade you though because Janna has shield. I just clicked on her mana. It looked like almost 90, and I was like, oh, she's gonna tumble forward and condemn you into the wall, but she only has 58, so she doesn't have enough. But anyway, regardless, you gotta pay attention to Janna because you can't let this kind of play happen. If Vayne had tumbled one less time in lane and had enough for a condemn there, you die.
Yeah.
You would burn both sums, hope you live by them making a mistake, but most likely you die. Oh, look at TP, nice. And then flash, nice. Okay, and the heal. So you burn both sums anyway. What? Okay. Okay, let me watch this again. Okay. Good job on you. Good pickup. I'm surprised the Vayne flashed in a straight line. The best Vayne I've ever seen. She had so many advantages in that lane, and then she just threw them. I'm like really surprised. Because you saw like she was beating you in lane the entire time, and now she like threw it really hard by dying there. Tell me you freeze this. Tell me you freeze it. Yeah, like the thing is, even if you have to go back right now, as long as you leave like 3 minions here, you still win the overall trade because you can come back to lane. The wave will still be frozen on your side, and they still lose more minions than you do.
That's something I was also wondering is I'm really bad with like lane control when I have to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I definitely need to work on. But I'm not so right there. If I were just to leave those 3 minions there, the wave would it stay right there?
Yeah, it would say. One thing I would do if I were you though, because you have almost enough for Youmu's, you could ask Nautilus to stay and greed and take this entire wave out.
Yeah.
And then you'd have enough for Youmu's on the back. And then I think that would have been the best choice for you. You'd have greeted on the back, but they would have shoved it back into you. You would have lost like a few minions, but you would have come back to lane with Youmu's, and that's like a huge spike. I would rather you do that since you went Youmu's.
Okay.
Than you freezing it. But, I mean, you had the potential to freeze until I was like, whoa, look at your money. Almost enough for Youmu's. But anyway. In Korea, I think they still go Lucidity Boots, not
okay. I was thinking about going maybe Death's Dance for the last item, but I wasn't sure.
You can go Death's Dance, but
So then that's why I got the Berserker Greaves, because I wouldn't have needed the extra CDR.
But is it because like in Korea, all the games I saw so far, they didn't really rush for. I think I only saw 1 out of 10 games with a Death's Dance.
Okay.
Most of them went Youmu's, Black Cleaver, Rapid Fire Cannon, Maw, and then they were trying to finish QSS.
Okay.
So if you're gonna go for this build, I don't see them doing Death's Dance really. So Death's Dance is really strong, but it's really expensive. So yeah, you gotta pick one. Can't do them all. And then like your lane phase, you seem like you have a mana problem. Like almost all the time in lane phase, you're almost out of mana. Like it's gonna cost you a lot, especially if you're playing Lucian. If you're not being careful with your mana, like you did a lot of bad mana trades into Janna. Like you did 50 damage over and popped the shield on Vayne, but 50 damage for you losing like over 100 mana, like Q and E. That's 95 mana, and then a potential W. Like you don't have that much mana to waste. If you do several of those in lane, you're almost in. So you have to be careful. Be more smart with your Qs. One thing you might want to try going for is going for quicker shoves, like queuing a wave or something, and then roaming mid. I would look for these like. If you have the potential to have enough map awareness to know when like Fizz ult happens or your laner's being greedy and you know Fizz is going back, like you can just, you know, okay, I'm gonna go roam mid, shove this wave real quick because I know Fizz is gonna all in or whatever.
So yeah, so here, like, if I would have saved my mana, I would have had enough mana up for my ult there, and I could have potentially got her. And I also dashed beside the wall again there.
Wait, I don't think you weaved autos here. Let me check. Okay. No, you got it. Okay, nice. But then the double auto here. Where's the double auto? You have double autos right now from Q. Okay. I think what you did was fine. If she was smart, she wouldn't be getting hit by your ult.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be playing against a Bronze Vayne or something for your ult to actually be better there. What you did was fine, besides dashing into the wall. BRB Vayne, please let me hug the wall. I love walls, says Lucian. Anyway. Yeah, so, gotta stop loving the walls. Luckily, you know, Vayne doesn't want to reciprocate, but happens. Whoa! What is going on? What am I watching? And she exhausted you? What elo is this? No mana, Lucian just dashes forward into Janna, Vayne, who both have mana, and Janna has shield? What? You should have died, or like burned sums again, but they burned exhaust on you? What? What? Okay, yeah. Less dashing forward.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have mana. This is not good. Okay. What? Elise? What are you doing? You know Elise could have killed her here? Like, hold on, let me show you what she could have done. If she was spider form here, she would E to this minion right here. Like,
I was wondering why she wasn't doing that actually.
Like, this was so free. No sums Vayne, and she doesn't like E grapple to the minion. And then what do you call it? Stun her? Oh, BRB, let me try for a max range E that's actually out of range anyway. Anyway. Potato junglers happens. I don't think you need to be coaching your jungler on how to play because you might actually tilt them. But if you see that, you can just tell yourself you're disappointed.
Yeah.
In your jungler's plays. Okay. You can walk up to the minions here and pull them away. Actually, no, it's not gonna do much. The reason why you can't, it's really hard to freeze this is because the 3 minions are under your tower. So you can't get a melee from their minion wave to hit yours, like, in time. The only thing you could have done was literally, like, walk out and grab the minions away from your tower, which means your minions would have pushed up. But it's too risky, because you didn't know, like, where Vayne was and where Janna was. Because they were backing, but they could have, like, faked or something and cheesed you. But, at this point, you should shove this and then go mid or roam or something. Because you know their bot lane just backed, but right now you can group with your team and you even have a ward on Vision on Janna. You guys should be grouping and trying to get like a mid tower or something right now. Or asking your team to not do Gromp and do blue dragon. Like, yeah, this is your jungler just not knowing how to play jungle, but whatever. Like, bot lane going back, Janna being over there, that should have been an immediate rotation for this. If you're ever like in comms, like more than just solo queue, make sure you like look out for stuff like this. Like, obviously I can point it out for you now, but it's not really gonna make a difference because you can't tell your entire team to like how to coach your entire team basically. Ooh, that was risky. Okay, so let's watch this play in slow motion. Walking up here, bad idea. I mean, it's fine to W fizz and then walk away, but let me watch Vayne again. Okay, good Vayne would have had you condemned right here and you would die to fizz, but this is like a really small timing window and she can't see it because she's not good at the game. But you still shouldn't be in this position. What you should be doing is like either you're I would literally just stay back here. Yeah. Because so what happens here is they collapse on you on this wall if Vayne like flash condemns, because she has this option.
Yeah.
I think she still even has the option as soon as she walks here to condemn you if she tumbles this way. I don't know why she walked here, because she's This is not efficient. If she would have walked like straight down this way, she would have been here by now. So she makes like a small. Okay, she doesn't know how triangles work, and this is a really big problem. Unfortunately, like I don't know why she just didn't take the shortest path, because that's the fucking hypotenuse right there. BRB. Let me take, you know, whatever this. Okay. Anyway, so you need to be here because you have the potential of dying if she's a good player, and you want to assume that she's a good player because you might play against a Smurf or something, and you might lose the game because of this.
Yeah.
But Smurfs probably don't play Vayne because they know they want to win the game anyway. Anyway, so the W on Fizz was fine, and then backing out and going straight for Vayne was the correct option here. Not dashing forward though, because Fizz still has the option of going on you, but you literally W Fizz and then you play defensively because Elise is too far back. Okay?
Yep.
And I think you react to Vayne, but like a second late. You should have the map awareness to react earlier though.
Okay.
So this was fine. But I wouldn't start ulting there. You could have, if you wanted to, you could have Yomu's ulted, and then you would have needed to flash here. Like, you could have, so ult Yomu's would have gotten you, would probably been the best situation because Fizz was coming, and then you could just play it defensively, right? So, if you're looking at it from like in-game point of view, because I don't want you to just like, oh, in this specific situation I should have done this right, but then you don't remember it. You need to actually be like, okay, when I have a 2v2 like this, Fizz still has, you know, the potential to kill me because I'm up close and I just used all my spells on Vayne. I can't kill Vayne anymore. What can I do to maximize my DPS and not die? Yomu's ult, walk backwards. So just have like that ingrained in your head where it's like, I've already maximized my damage. I know I can't go up anymore. And I know Fizz is coming towards me. I know I don't want to waste summons because wasting summons is bad. Let me Yomu's ult, maximize your ult potential, because you have the, what do you call it? The attack speed boost from Yomu's, which is going to synergize with your ult anyway. And then you just walk...
Does it the ultimate, I'm pretty sure the ultimate now is just, it's, like, there's no scaling to it anymore.
There's no attack speed anymore?
No, I don't think so.
But
I think they changed that with the preseason patch.
wait, that long ago? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hold on. Shots fired, 28. Whoa. Wait, so it just... Okay. Okay. Oops. I feel when I haven't played Lucian since pre-patch, but okay. Anyway. Still, Yomu's and ult would have been the best option because you could get away. Because you having to flash there, maybe it's going to change or hurt you in like a team fight or something in the next 4 minutes. That could change the game, but hopefully not. I mean, it's better to not use it, you know, if possible. Because if the cooldown's too big to be like you having to waste it in that kind of situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I could have just used my ghost blading gun.
Yeah. And it was also good that you didn't use your Ghost Blade at the beginning of the fight. You could have. You would have gotten like 2 extra autos on Vayne. It wouldn't have been much, but because she tumbled away and still had ult and invisibility, it wasn't really useful for you to be able to maximize damage there. 4 patches ago? Okay. So it wasn't that long ago. Apparently it's 4 patches ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay. Because I've just been doing Corki, Ezreal, Vayne, Draven recently.
Okay.
And like 1 or 2 Callista games.
Do you consider Vayne viable right now?
If you have a good support and a good team, she's fine. So if you're like LCS coordinated, it's fine
Yeah.
because you can scale. You're gonna get punished in lane regardless, but if you have the sustain or whatever, or you lane swap, and they don't know you lane swapped, it's good for you guys. And you guys can do it because that way you Vayne scales anyway, so it's good. It's just the problem is the first 15 minutes of the game as Vayne, it's really hard to survive, especially in solo queue. But when the team fighting comes, she's like hyper carry status. Okay. So at this point, everybody's like roaming. There's no objectives up. I would shove this and then ping your team to go top.
That's one thing that I don't really know how to do very well is like during the mid game, like after either my tower's been taken or their tower's been taken, I just walk from like bot lane. I push the wave out past the river or where my line of vision is, and then I just walk mid lane because I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. So I mean, the reason why you shouldn't be doing this is like you push bottom, dragon's down, Infernal Drake is gonna come, so you guys should rotate for that. But literally, like you have no objectives on the map besides going top and getting this tower.
Yeah.
So this should be like really easy. Like you guys aren't even gonna lose a tower because you guys already lost the tower mid.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna push bottom because if somebody pushes bottom, you guys 5-man tower like dive top and potentially get a kill, get a second tier tower and a Baron. So if you see somebody bottom right now, you guys have the potential to win the game. Depending like where your team's positioned, if you guys ping like rotating top early enough. But this should have been the priority in this kind of situation. And then if after that, depending on what their team was doing, if they regrouped in time and didn't die, you guys could regroup for mid tower or pressure Baron. If they're bot laner, if it's like Vayne split pushing the entire time, you guys have plenty of pressure to take down another tower or something like that. But yeah, so this is the thing you should be doing right now. Because just going mid and going jungle and farming right now, you guys don't really have any pressure. So it's kind of like wasted. And you're just letting Vayne scale. Not what you want to do. Always gotta go for the objectives. Yeah. Ruin dying here solo. Or not dying. No, she died. Yeah, this shouldn't have happened. Everyone should have been there. So if your team doesn't see this kind of situation, make sure you ping for it.
Yeah.
So understand that all the objectives are basically down. You have plenty of time to just go up and take a tower. If you guys got in this tower, Riven wouldn't have died. The gang top wouldn't have worked. Vayne and whatever wouldn't have done anything. Like, this game would be even more in your favor right now. Wait. Hold on. I need to watch how you came into the fight here. What? Wait. Yeah, I kind of just like dashed and ulted. If you wanted to, you could have just ulted without dashing, or dashed and then walked a little bit more and then autoed, and then you would have killed her, because you were pretty close. And then Yomu's, nice. Okay. Okay, nice. That was good. He got his flash. Wait. Okay. The fact that Echo didn't start with his W in this, like, Fizz just used his E, and he didn't wait another second before using his W. Okay, this was like another free kill for you guys, but that's like Echo's problem. Anyway, back. That's disappointing. Okay. Okay.
Oh, and then I baited
Bait him. Yep, that was good. Take advantage of no word vision. What?
And then
Here we go again.
Really stupidly.
I can already tell you're dead because you
Yeah.
dash forward again. Can't stop dashing forward. I'm surprised you're like no one on your team is reacting to anything.
That's why I was kind of fighting that, just because I thought my team was there and then they would have came and supported me. But
Yeah.
but
So I mean, if I were you, since you saw how much of a potato Elise played during lane and saying like she played jungle as a potato, and then Nautilus played as a potato. At this point, you should just assume that they'll never help you and they'll never be there for you.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, hopefully, like, what I did so far, like, I pointed out some mistakes, whatever, that they made, and I want you to look at these and be like, okay, if I see this many mistakes on my teammate, I need to make sure that I don't trust them to be a competent player because, you know, I see them making these simple mistakes that even I know they shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? So you even told me that she didn't rappel whatever during that gank. So automatically there you should be like, all right, you know, maybe this guy is not that skilled of a player. I don't want to be doing all-ins like this where I have to depend on that guy to pay attention and come in because he wasn't playing right in the first place. And I mean, maybe he's a competent player, but he's tilting really hard, or he's like drunk playing ranked or something.
I think this kill was the kill that snowballed the game.
You dying here means Infernal Drake for them, or whatever Drake is spawning.
Yeah.
Something spawning, I'm pretty sure it's Infernal. You dying here meant... So they're going to take this, and then they can pressure Baron, ward out your jungle, and then have a good time pressuring you guys in. Wait. We're ganking top to tilt Ruben. Oh. And then they go, okay, 2 kills down, this is Baron.
And they get Baron, and then...
Baron and then Drake. Easy. Yep. So this is all happens because you died and you tried to trust your team?
Yeah.
Like, dying late game, after 20 minutes is like huge. Even 15 minutes, after 15 minutes, like really huge to die. Especially if it's like Red Drake's is up or something. It's just, you gotta play safe. Like, you can't be dashing forward. That wasn't the only time you dashed forward to try to go aggro on Vayne 1v2. If you were like Draven, maybe you could do it. But as Lucian, you screwed yourself over like several times for no reason. Yeah. So, moral of the story: no dashing forward, and make sure you're paying attention to your players. If you can use your F keys to pay attention to how other people play, if you have like the mechanics to be able to do that in play lane, try it. If you don't, I mean, at least pay attention to how, like, what your jungler is doing when they gank your lane, or how your support is playing lane, because this is kind of stuff that you should notice while you're playing. At least the stuff I pointed out, and be like, all right, you know, this guy doesn't know how to play too well. I'm not gonna go 1v2 and try to bait myself because it's not gonna work because he's probably not gonna play it right. Like it's the whole concept of better safe than sorry, you know?
Yeah.
If you're a good player and you don't make as many mistakes as everybody else, then you're going to keep climbing whatever. You're going to catch Vayne out when she tumbles forward or does something dumb, and your team is there. Instead of trying to bait yourself and do something risky for no reason. Wow.
So, right there, would you say I should have backed, or should I have stayed and helped out my team there? Because I backed, and I'm just kind of like...
You're out of mana. You can't do anything. Yeah. This is Echo's problem for being so out of position for no reason whatsoever. Like, okay, can't really do anything about this. You had plenty of times to like take advantage earlier in the game that you missed, or that mistakes that you made that ended up to this happening. But other than this situation exactly how it is now, you can't do anything about it. So I mean, obviously, if you hadn't died bottom there, hoping that at least a Nautilus would come, no Baron for them, Echo wouldn't have died here. You know, stuff snowballs out of control, even when it's indirectly your fault. So, I mean, obviously you can't react to something like this in-game. Like, shit like this will happen. Obviously, you can't play perfectly every game. You can't play perfectly almost ever, but this situation, it's not in your control, unless you had played better earlier. Obviously, if you had played perfectly, then your team would be winning or whatever, even if everybody else is losing. Assuming, you know, people on your team are actually playing the game.
Yeah.
If everyone's AFK and you're playing perfectly, I don't think you'll win the game, but... Wait. You just started with ult? What? 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 What do you think you should have done here?
Wait, can I watch it one more time?
So, whatever, Malzahar ulted you, but at this point...
Probably should have W'd onto him, and then used my double auto attack Q.
Yeah, so you dashed away, you could have W'd, and then whatever, you gotta proc your passive in there, and then Q, and then whatever auto. Because you'd be doing a lot more damage during that situation if you had just immediately used your spells instead of your ult. Not that your ult isn't a spell, but... And so what you want to make sure you watch out for, if Fizz is diving you, is did he use E? Because if he used E, then you can go all out with your QWE. Because you're not gonna like not proc your passive unless he's Zanya's. Like you'll land everything, 100%. Unless he Qs through a minion and then he dodges your Q or something. But there's no minions there. So you should have been able to do a lot more damage to him. But make sure you keep this in mind for next time you play, right? You say, okay, in what situation can I take advantage of this instead of just like pressing R and running away?
Yeah.
Oh, Vayne tumbled. Oh, Vayne already used condemn. Oh, Vayne is out of position. I'm not next to a wall. You just have to... Whoa. Whoa, okay. Hold on. Let me slow this down a little bit. That was... the enemy team misplayed that like really hard. I don't know how. At least with the flash cocoon, my favorite. I don't know why Jen ulted a Riven without ult. Like Riven, she saved Riven, and you should have died, and Riven should have like died. Okay. So basically, you shouldn't have been there at all. Elise missed Flash Cocoon, you run. Riven goes in by herself, you should be running. Like, you kind of kept her alive, but only because the enemy team already made mistakes to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if their team was good and Gianna didn't flash or whatever ult Riven away to save her, Riven would have died regardless. But it's kind of like they made mistakes, you made a mistake, but your mistake turned out better than their mistakes. Like, I just wouldn't do that. I just let her die. I'd rather assume that I'm going to play as well as I can, and if my teammates make a mistake, I'm not going to assume that I can save them because their team is going to make a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, hopefully, like, I can get some of the stuff to stick, because that's, like, the most important part, than just naming, like, specific situations for everything.
Yeah,
It's just...
I think I'm gonna have to rewatch the replay a couple of times, and then hopefully that'll help.
Okay.
Like a lot of the stuff it makes sense to me, like right now, but just like in a couple of days, I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, for a refresher.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Because I mean, I just want to make sure I'm giving you enough of generalization for everything, instead of just, oh, in this exact situation, you know, you should have done this, this, and this. Because that's not really helpful in the long run. I mean, it should, okay, technically it's helpful in the long run, but not in the short term. Because, you know, how are you going to react to the situation if it's two different people bot lane? Whereas, so, what you should be doing is looking for opportunities where it's like, okay, I'm looking for a cooldown here and here. I know if this cooldown is down, I can go in. Or I know if this cooldown and then this person is in this position, I can go in. You know what I mean? So, to more generalize what I've been saying throughout your lane phase, it's doing that, and then reducing how much mana you're wasting. Because you're wasting mana basically because you're not waiting for cooldowns. Whoa. You gotta respect the Vayne, fam. Respect the Vayne. At this point in the game, if you see Vayne on 3 items, you can't really fight her anymore unless you're already like 5 items or something. Like, she is like really ahead. Even if you're technically 3 items, she's matched with you, she'll out damage you. Wow, this Riven. She's trying so hard to carry. Oh wait, you died. What? Oh wait, no, you already died before. Your death timer is huge. So yeah, under tower. So make sure you don't go for risky stuff like that. You have to make sure you understand when the enemy team hits their power spike and whatnot. And obviously, it'll take lots of games, and eventually you'll understand it. But where it comes to items and whatnot, after 20 minutes, I'd be careful if with you as Lucian playing like fighting against Vayne. Even if she's 50 CS behind you, her having like Blade, Shiv, and PD, and you having Yomu's, Cleaver, and then some other damage, like those whatever items you have right there, you're not gonna do anything. So with your build that you're going for, it's like a power spike build. That's early game. At this point in the game, against Vayne, you completely fall off. Okay, do you understand why?
Yep. Yeah, because I don't have any crit or anything like that.
If you had gone Essence Reaver, RFC, IE right now, you would be able to beat Vayne in fights. But your build is more attuned to like you're playing against a bunch of tanks, so you're ahead like really early, and that's fine.
Okay.
I think another option you might want to try out would be like Yomu's RFC. So if you don't start snowballing really hard right after Yomu's, then just go standard. Whoa! Everything is like only part of the team reacts, and then it's from both sides. Okay. 1 second. Okay. What do you do in this situation? What do you think is the best option right now? Like, you dash forward, but I think you could have done something better.
Probably just walked around. Maybe that would.
Could have walked around. I would have started with ult because you were too far.
Okay.
And Riven has the chance to insta-gib someone right now. You ended up dashing through the wall and then going on Vayne there. But, wait, Vayne's she just used Condemn. Is it? Okay, no, just making sure it's okay. The replay thing is bugged. But Vayne not ult. Wait, her ult's up, right? Okay, cool. So she should ult right now. Janna has ult herself. Janna's supposed to save her ult for Riven's 3rd Q right now. You just dashed forward. If Vayne immediately focuses you, knowing that Janna's gonna ult here, she'll kill you, like really fast, but she won't kill Riven. Riven has the potential to get away or kill Janna. But with a good Malzahar silence and then them like kiting Riven away, at most this would be like a 1-for-1 trade on your team. Preferably it's easier for them to win this fight. But so yeah, just this dash is really risky. Unless you know that Janna doesn't have ult and Vayne doesn't have Condemn and Malzahar doesn't have ult, then it's fine. But dashing there is really risky. You should just start it with ult. You would have gotten tons of damage off on Malzahar. Potentially chunked him out to at least a quarter more of whatever health he has now. And then just ultied him. I mean, whatever, ultied him, and then Riven would have ultied. Or tried to at least do as much damage as possible before backing out. But Vayne focuses the wrong person, going for Riven. And Riven misses her ult, unfortunately. And then the random Janna ulti, you know, super late for no reason. Like, Malzahar shouldn't be half health right now. It's Janna who's misplaying it. And again, it's like, it's you hoping that they're going to make a mistake for that play being good. So I would just go with the safe option of just, okay, I already know my limits. I'm just going to ult this, let Riven do her thing, and not have the potential to just get, you know, insta-wrecked like that.
Then yeah, I dash forward there again.
So right now, just walk away from Trundle. Yeah, you can do damage to Trundle, no problem. The late Cocoon. See, it's like you dash forward and you Q'd instead of dash, auto, Q.
Yeah.
And you would have had a better chance. I mean, Fizz was already like long gone. There's no reason to go back in there. You could have done a little bit of damage to Trundle and hope for the best. Maybe chunk him out to like 500 health, but you wouldn't have killed him. Like, this is so much risk for no reason. What? I think she's really tilted at this point. She's playing like she's tilted.
I'm like, why'd you go back in? And she just said that she couldn't escape.
Let's see.
Even though
What? Hold on. So, there's this thing on the map called Scuttle. If she goes in and presses E on the Scuttle, she can have an easy getaway. The fuck? Man. Rip on. But I mean, like, you can say your teammates didn't do this, and this, right? But as...
Yeah, but I need to improve myself, not because, like, I'm the only person in the game every single time.
Yeah. She's afraid? I'm pretty sure Riven's smurfing or something because she's playing, like, really well or just has a really consistent game right now. But yeah. So while we wait for the next team fight, do you have any other questions? So if I haven't got, oh wait, there's only 1 minute left in the replay. Oh snap! So you guys lose on the next fight, I'm assuming, or you guys surrender?
No, we lose on the next fight.
Damn.
No, I don't. Not any questions right now that I can think of.
Okay, guys, if you watch it more and then you have questions for me later, that's fine.
Cool.
Just like hit me up on Skype and I'll try to answer them. Because I mean, at this point, you lost the lane when too much dashing forward and like Vayne got advantages for no reason.
Yeah.
You just gotta like, you gotta conserve your mana and then make sure you pay attention to cooldowns more often. Because I don't think you're a bad Lucian player or anything. It's just most of the time you think you have more damage than you do, and it's because you're not paying attention to cooldowns. And then make sure, like, the last thing, the tidbit is pay attention to your teammates, because if you know, like, this guy's not playing well or he's tilted or he's just doing something really wrong, be more careful with trusting them. Okay. Alright. Well, then that's that. Just let me know on Skype whatever you have any questions or if you got anything right now. And then I'll post this to YouTube over in the next few hours, and then I'll link it to you.
Perfect.
Sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good. I don't have any questions that I can think of right now.
Okay.
But yeah, if I have any, I'll let you know.
We'll address them, whatever, on Skype, whenever you come up with them. Right.
Okay. I'm just gonna finish up with the PayPal. I haven't
That's fine.
actually sent it yet.
Sounds good.
Alright, well, thanks a lot. That was very helpful.
Yep, no problem. Good luck in the solo queues. May you gain all the elos and not hug walls anymore.
So that's, like, I guess that's my main problem is just, like, identifying what their key cooldowns are, I guess, and playing around that and don't dash forward.
And then just pay attention to what, before you even go to lane, just the first minute, pay attention to what the enemy's strong points are, right? So if you would have gone into this lane being like, Vayne Janna, how will they outtrade me? Janna shield, potentially condemning me into a wall. Vayne auto Q condemning me. That's basically what they're looking for to do in the lane, and you let them do that to you. Whereas if you knew what your trades were, what your efficient trades were during that lane, you'd have let them do that at all to you, and you would have done your efficient trade, which would be, okay, Janna shield's down, okay, I have a bunch of minion waves, okay, Janna's all the way in the back and Vayne's in the front, and I'm with Nautilus, I can take this. So just make sure you're, with every lane, you're looking at what's good and what's bad for trades. Visualize the trades. Alright, man. Well, good luck. Rip on.
Thank you.
Yep. See you later.
Talk to you later, yeah.